guys, Larissa with BeCozi.net is here. BeCozi.net and BeCozi.com is an American website with the biggest collection of chunky yarns for hand and arm knitting. And I'm a creator of hand knitting style. I have a book that you can buy on our website. This book is telling you about the story of hand knitting and story of my business BeCozi. It's available on our website BeCozi.net, or you can buy it on Amazon. So today I will be using our Forever Soft Merino wool. This is 100% Australian Merino wool. It's super soft and nice. Merino wool is not available in any craft stores, guys. So if you want 100% Merino wool, you can buy it on our website. And today I will be showing you how to make this hand warmers. I showed a picture with white hand warmers made with super chunky merino wool last week, and people started asking me to show how to make them. So today I'm showing how to make these beautiful hand warmers. They're super soft, super warm. They will be your best friends during this cold winter months. You will need to use only half skein of our merino wool, Forever Soft, and we have a few colors available. If you go to BeCozi.net, I will put a link on the top. You can buy any of these colors. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay guys, let's get started. So this is the hand warmers closer. I showed them to you just now. That's how they look like. Let me put it on my hand here. So they are pretty short, and you can make them longer if you want. Over here you can knit longer over here. I will be knitting only 5 rows and then make this little opening and then finish it up. Okay, so here I can put the second one on. Here they are. It's for people who like to keep their hands open but warm here. So let's get started. So I will be using this lavender 100% merino wool BeCozi. I will be using this lavender 100% merino wool yarn, and I will be using it in 2 strings. So I will take off this label, and let's find the end. Here it is. And as I said, you can use chunky chenille yarn or our loopy stitch yarn. That will be pretty much the same widths. So here our loopy stitch yarn. So you can use it in 1 string, or you can use it in 2 strings to make it a little bit chunkier. So, but today I will be showing you how to do it using our lavender merino wool. So here we are. We're taking 2 strings together and placing yarn in front of us. This is tail, this is working yarn, and working yarn goes on the top like that, and then you place your hand inside of this loop, grab working yarn, and then pull these 2 together and this up. So you just made first stitch. This is our working yarn on the right. This is our tail. So we will make this stitch about 1 inch tall by pulling working yarn down or up if you need to. And now we will be casting on 8 stitches, guys. So insert your fingers inside this loop or stitch, grab working yarn, 2 strings, and then pull it out. So we now have 2 stitches. You see they're the same size. I will press the bottom of the stitch to kind of fixate the size of this yarn, of the stitch, and then insert your hand, grab working yarn or 2 strings of it, and pull it out. We have 3 stitches. Now 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we are. If you have a smaller hand, you can do 7 stitches, guys. And if you have, if you're making it for bigger hands, then add 1 or 2 more stitches. I'm making it with 8 stitches. My hands are a little bit bigger than medium size. Okay, so here. We now turn this cast-on chain on another side and connect it into a circle. How we will do it? I will insert this tail inside this last stitch. It's a little bit different from what I'm doing for blankets, guys. Okay, so this is our last stitch. So here we are. I am grabbing this tail and pulling it through this last stitch. Here we are. Now, working yarn goes on the back, and we are like that, knitting this stitch. Grab working yarn, pull it out. So this is our first stitch of the second row. First row is cast on. See, this is a very little circle here. Now we will be using this middle part of the stitch, not the top, not the bottom, the middle part. The middle part is lifted. You're grabbing working yarn and pulling it out. Again, middle part of the stitch, guys, not the top part, not the bottom, middle part, lifted, grab working yarn, pull it out. Now keep doing it this way until you knit the whole first row or second row with the knitting already, not just pulling out the first row. Here we are. Now let's count. This is our tail and this is our marker where we started our row. We'll put it here in the middle like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stitches. What do we do now? We are knitting second row, guys. 1, 2. Try to make stitches on the smaller size. If you want them to be tighter knitted, or you can actually make them bigger if you want it to be like loose and big stitches. Okay, so as I said, this tail that's sitting inside, it shows us where the row starts. Okay, so here we are. This is our last stitch, number 8. Here we are. So after this row, we are folding this in half like this. And the reason we're doing it because this way it's easier to knit straight. Okay. So this is our last stitch, and this was 1, 2. This will be row number 3. So this way you're knitting all stitches on the top. And then you are flipping this on another side, and you are knitting 4 other stitches. So altogether we are knitting 5 rows. And again, as I said, if you want them to be a little bit longer, you can knit longer. You can knit 6 or 7 rows. It's up to you. Okay, so here we are. We have 1, 2, 3 rows. I will knit 2 more rows, and then I will come back and show you what I will be doing next. Okay, guys, so I made 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, you can easily count them on these chains. And now you can see that I am down to our marker. So that will be the beginning of the row. So what I will do now, I will knit these 2 stitches together. This one that I just knitted. And then I will knit it with the other one like that, sort of like casting off. Okay, so now what I will do, I will create 1 extra stitch here like this, see, and I will now will knit it with the next stitch. And this way I will create this hole over here. Let me show you one more time. Okay, So this is our first stitch of the row. So what I will do, this is our last stitch here. Next stitch, take them together and knit them together, okay? Now you have one stitch here, and then create or cast on one stitch. Here we are. And now this stitch will be knitted with this. Here we are. See what we have here? We created this hole for our big finger, okay? And now we will keep casting off. So this is last stitch. Take another stitch and knit them together. And then keep doing this way, 2 stitches together. And this way we will cast off all of these stitches. That will be our last row, guys, okay? So see, I keep knitting 2 stitches together. Here is our last stitch. We're knitting them together. And here we are, we're back almost to our marker. Now, see, it kind of look weird here. So to make it look better, you are keeping the fingers in this last stitch, and then we will go inside this last stitch to cover this imperfection, okay? And then we will knit these 2 together like that. Now I will break the yarn, it's breaking really easily, and then I will do the following. I will enter my fingers that are still sitting in this stitch, and then I will enter them in the next stitch, grab this working yarn, pull it through. Here we are, okay? So now what we will do, see the stitch up front, not this one, the next one. So go underneath and over this one back, like that. So we just finished our chain on the top, and because it's merino wool, I will break it, and this little tail will go on the back. I will weave it in, and then for merino wool, I'm using this felting mat. You can use felting mat and felting needle. You are felting the yarn together. This works only for merino wool and also for acrylic yarn. For chenille yarn, it doesn't work this way. You will need to tuck it in. And then we're going to the bottom, and I also break the yarn, make it shorter. I will hide the tail underneath one of the chains here, and then it will also go on the back, and I will tuck it in. And any stitch inside, place it on my mat and felt it together. For any other yarn, as I said, you will be simply tucking in the yarn. So here our hand warmer, guys. See, we have this hole. This hole is for the big finger. So here we are. This is our hand warmer, nice and cute. Very warm, look very beautiful on both sides. You can find this yarn Forever Soft 100% merino wool on our website, and we have also lots of other chunky yarns. Go to our website, check it out. Stay warm and be cozy. Hey guys, Larissa Koidekir with BeCozi.com is here. 2 years ago in September, I published my book that called Hand Knitting. I created hand knitting style at the end of 2015, and last year, actually 2 years ago, I wrote a book. It was printed. This book tells you what hand knitting is, the story of my company BeCozi, and also we have a few amazing patterns, and every single step how to hand knit is shown in this book. This book is sold at BeCozi.com and on Amazon. And Amazon you can also buy a Kindle version. So go get this book for yourself or for your loved ones. Thank you.